I'm Cliff Wallace. I've been an educator for 40 years. I started out as a band director and then became a high school principal in Pendleton County. And I worked 1 year in Lexington at Bryan Station High School as an assistant principal. After my years as principal, I became superintendent in Pendleton County, and I was superintendent, actually assistant superintendent for a year, and then superintendent for 14 years. And then I was out of the business for a couple of years and then came back as superintendent in the Williamstown Independent District. A lot of things have changed. I retired in 2004, and a lot of things have changed since that time, and ironically, I've become a school board member in the Williamstown School District. So that's, I guess, add a little bit more to my experience. But a lot of things have changed in the schools since I retired in '04. The one thing, though, that hasn't changed is the need for a strong principal. And I'm convinced that no school can rise above the quality of the leadership of the principal. Of course, the superintendent's a key to that. But if you have a strong principal, he's going to hire, or she is going to hire strong teachers. He's going to work with those teachers, and if they don't measure up, if they're marginal, then he will move them out of that position. So the leadership of the principal, that has not changed. And I commend Mr. Livingood for making an effort in this district to identify those people who have interest in becoming leaders, or think that maybe they do. I can say without any fear of being wrong that the high school principal's job is the hardest job in the school business. I guess the superintendent has some political pressure that maybe the principal doesn't have, but the principal has to answer to so many different constituencies. The high school principal is the most difficult job. As I said, the superintendent probably has a little more political pressure, and I tried to point out to the young people that they need the constituencies that they need to take a look at. They think of the parents and the administrators and other folks, their colleagues that they work with, but I tried to help them to understand that probably close to 70% of our citizens really don't have kids in school. They maybe once did, and it's so important that administrators are involved in their community, they're involved in their professional associations, they know what's going on in terms of who's being elected in positions in leadership in the community. They need to learn to be open to people, friendly to people. I encouraged them to spend a lot of time in the hallways with their students, to be nice to people when they came around their building, because when you go back to the fact that 70% of the people don't have kids in school, then it's important to them when they meet you in the grocery or wherever and know you're involved with the school that you treat them well, and then they feel good about it. And there are a lot, there's the instructional side of the school. What I have found is that a strong principal or a strong leader really, if they don't have the time, which that's the big factor for principals, is finding the time to do all the things that they have to do, and you've got the management aspect of running a school, and so often that occupies a big portion of your time, and you don't have as much time to work with your teachers. The strong leader is going to find people. If they don't have that time, they're going to find people that can help them with helping their teachers as far as instructional program and that kind of thing. Again, I'd like to thank Ron for allowing me to be involved. I think it's an excellent thing to identify the administrative timber in the district. Find out those people, they may change their mind after they go through this program, but typically I find that the districts that have continuity of leadership, good leadership over time, have more success than those places where they turn over. And I think your best chance of keeping a principal or superintendent is to find somebody that has some ties to this community, and certainly give these people a shot. So I think it's great to encourage these people and to become leaders and to get involved in taking the lead. In fact, when us old people have to step aside one of these days, and we've got people that can come in and take our place. And one other thing I would say, and I mentioned, I was always blessed with wonderful people that worked with me in the central office and in my office at the school, secretaries, custodians, and all those people. You have to be the kind of individual that those folks want to work for. And I always said they don't work for me, they work with me. And if they don't work with you, then chances are you're not going to be successful. Thank you.